Hi everyone, Jack from Maths Forge here. In today's lesson, we're going to be adding fractions with a different denominator. So let's take a look at the 1-star example here. We have 1 over 27 plus 2 over 9. You can see that the denominators are not the same. This one here is a 9, and the one to the left is 27. So we should know how to add fractions that have the same denominator. You just add their numerators together and keep the denominators the same. So we have to try and manipulate this situation here where both of the denominators end up being the same number. And the key to this is looking at the denominators. I can see that this is 27, the one on the left, and the one on the right is 9. I know my 9 times tables. I can get from 9 to 27 if I multiply by 3. So I'm going to go ahead and do just that. I'm going to times my 9 by 3, but in order to keep this fraction equivalent, I have to do the same to the 2, to the numerator. And so now this manipulates to the following. The one on the left stays the same, and the fraction on the right, 2 times 3 is 6, and 9 times 3 is 27, becomes a fraction that has the same denominator as the left-hand fraction. And now we can go ahead and add these together fairly simply. 1 plus 6 is 7 over the same denominator of 27. Checking our answer. There it is. So as you can see, we just need to find a common denominator. You hear this all the time, but a common denominator is essentially where the two bottom numbers are the same as each other. And you can ensure or get them to be the same by introducing multiplication to one or both of the fractions. So for the 1-star examples, we just introduce it to one of the fractions. Now let's do a 2-star example. Here you can see that the left-hand fraction has a denominator of 4, while the right one has a denominator of 7. 7 is not in the 4 times table, so there's no way we can actually multiply a whole number to get this 4 to become a 7. So we have to think differently here. I know that 28 is in both of their times tables. And here's a nice little trick. If you take the denominator to the right, this 7 here, and multiply it to the top and the bottom of the left-hand fraction, and you do the same to the right-hand fraction, I take this 4 here, the denominator, it's always about the denominators, and multiply it to the numerator and denominator of the right-hand fraction, we end up with the following. 7 times 1 is 7, 7 times 4 is 28, plus 2 times 4 is 8, and 7 times 4 is 28. That's a nice little trick there. And now that the denominators are the same, we can go ahead and add these fractions together. So 7 plus 8 is 15 over the common denominator of 28. Checking our answer. There it is. Now let's do a 3-star example. So for the 3-star examples, we have mixed numbers with different denominators in their fractions. How do we go ahead and add these together? A method that always works regardless of whether it's addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division is to convert your mixed numbers into improper fractions. So we're going to go ahead and do that for the first step. And if you don't know how to convert mixed numbers into improper fractions, then check out the lesson on mixed numbers and improper fractions. So here we go. I'm going to do 3 times 4, which is 12, and add that to the numerator 1. So 12 plus 1 is 13 over the same denominator of 4. So I'll just say that one more time really quickly. The whole number multiplied by the denominator, so 3 times 4, which is 12, and then add that onto the numerator 1. And that's how we get 13. And the denominator 4 stays the same. And I'm going to add this to 3 times 3, which is 9, 9 plus 1, which is 10, over the same denominator 3. So we've managed to convert the mixed numbers to improper fractions. Now we have to find a common denominator, and we'll do the same thing as we did for the 2 stars. I'm going to multiply the left-hand fraction, top and bottom, by the right-hand denominator. So it's going to be times 3 times 3. And I'm going to do the same to the right-hand fraction, times the top and bottom by the left-hand denominator. So 4 times 4 times 4. And now if we execute this calculation, 3 times 13 is 39, 3 times 4 is 12, plus 10 times 4, which is 40, and 3 times 4, which is 12. And we can see here that we have a common denominator. The common denominator is 12. So now we can go ahead and add our numerators together. And this is going to give us 79. So 39 plus 40 is 79 over 12. And now if we simplify 79 over 12, this improper fraction into a mixed number. So 12 goes into 79. If you know your 12 times tables, the closest number to 79 that 12 goes into, that's below it, is 72. And that goes into it 6 times. Now from 72 to 79, it's plus 7. So that's a remainder of 7 over the original divisor of 12. And if we just check our answer, there it is. And there you have it for adding fractions with a different denominator.